What it means to truly exist. Most people are alive, yet far fewer truly exist. Days pass in a familiar rhythm, waking, working, scrolling, sleeping. Time moves forward, but something inside remains strangely untouched. There is a subtle sense that life is happening around us rather than through us. This feeling is not dramatic enough to be called despair, yet too persistent to ignore. It is the quiet suspicion that existence is slipping by unnoticed. To ask what it means to truly exist is not an abstract philosophical exercise. It is a deeply human question, born from moments of emptiness, exhaustion, or sudden clarity. It appears when achievement feels hollow, when routine loses its meaning, or when silence becomes uncomfortable. Somewhere beneath daily noise, a voice asks, "Is this all there is? And if not, what am I missing?" Existing versus living. To exist biologically is effortless. The body breathes, the heart beats, the mind processes information. But true existence begins where automatic living ends. It requires presence, awareness, and engagement. A person can survive for decades without ever truly inhabiting their own life. Many live in reaction mode. They respond to demands, expectations, and circumstances without reflection. Decisions are made out of habit or fear rather than intention. Over time, life becomes a series of responses instead of choices. This is not a failure of character, but a natural consequence of avoiding discomfort. True existence demands attention, and attention can be painful. To truly exist is to notice oneself living. To recognize one's thoughts, emotions, and contradictions without immediately suppressing them. It is the shift from functioning to feeling, from enduring time to participating in it. Consciousness as a threshold. Consciousness is the gateway to true existence, but also its greatest obstacle. Awareness exposes uncertainty, vulnerability, and finitude. To be conscious is to know that time is limited, that choices matter, and that nothing is guaranteed. This knowledge adds weight to every moment. Because of this weight, many people seek refuge in distraction. Noise fills silence. Activity replaces reflection. Constant stimulation becomes a shield against uncomfortable thoughts. Yet distraction dulls existence. The more one avoids awareness, the more life loses depth. True existence begins when a person stops running from consciousness and starts listening to it. This does not mean constant introspection or emotional intensity. It means allowing oneself to be affected. To feel joy without immediately fearing its loss, and to feel pain without immediately numbing it. Choice and the courage to commit. To truly exist is to choose. Not once, but continuously. Every meaningful life is shaped by decisions that involve risk. To choose is to accept responsibility, and responsibility is heavy. It means acknowledging that one's life is not solely the result of fate or circumstance. Freedom is often misunderstood as limitless possibility. In reality, freedom is the burden of direction. Choosing one path means closing others. Consciousness ensures that we are aware of what we are leaving behind, which creates doubt and regret. Many remain suspended in indecision, waiting for certainty. But certainty rarely arrives. True existence requires commitment in the absence of guarantees. It means acting in alignment with one's values, even while knowing they may evolve. A life without commitment may feel safe, but it remains shallow. Emotion as evidence of being alive. Emotion is not a weakness of existence, it is proof of it. To feel deeply is to be fully engaged with life. Yet many are taught to suppress emotion in the name of control, productivity, or strength. Over time, this suppression creates distance from the self. True existence allows emotion to surface without letting it dominate. Sadness, fear, longing, and love all carry information. They reveal what matters. A life devoid of emotional risk may be stable, but it lacks intensity. Love, in particular, is one of the clearest expressions of true existence. To love is to expose oneself to uncertainty and loss. It is precisely because love can hurt that it feels real. A protected life may avoid pain, but it also avoids depth, connection, and recognition. Existence becomes tangible through connection. To be seen, understood, or even challenged by another person affirms one's reality. Isolation weakens existence by trapping consciousness within itself. Human beings need recognition, not necessarily admiration, but acknowledgement. To have one's inner world reflected back by another creates a sense of grounding. It confirms that one's experiences are not imaginary or insignificant. True existence does not require constant social interaction, but it does require authenticity within connection. Surface-level engagement fills time, a genuine connection gives it weight. Meaning as an ongoing act. Meaning is not a destination reached through insight alone. It is built through repeated action. Meaning emerges when effort is directed toward something valued, even if that value is personal and imperfect. A meaningful life is not free of suffering. In fact, suffering often clarifies meaning by revealing what cannot be ignored. Pain endured without purpose feels destructive, pain endured for something chosen feels different. It becomes integrated rather than alienating. To truly exist is not to find a final answer to life's questions, but to live in a way that makes those questions worth carrying. Presence and acceptance. At the core of true existence lies presence. Not constant mindfulness or forced positivity, but a willingness to remain in the present moment without escape. Presence is difficult because it exposes imperfection. The present is rarely ideal. Yet life only happens here. The past exists as memory, the future as imagination. To truly exist is to return to the present again and again, even when it is uncomfortable or mundane. Acceptance does not mean resignation. It means acknowledging reality without denial and choosing how to respond within it. Conclusion. To truly exist is not to achieve a permanent state of fulfillment or clarity. It is an ongoing practice of awareness, choice, and engagement. It requires courage to feel, to commit, and to remain present in a world that offers no certainty. True existence is demanding because it refuses numbness. It asks for participation rather than avoidance. Yet in this demand lies depth. A life truly lived may be heavier, but it is also richer, more honest, and undeniably real. To truly exist is not to escape life's weight, but to carry it consciously and still move forward.